Hello, welcome to this After Effects tutorial on how to turn a picture into a painting. Okay, let's get started. So, first thing you want to do is set up a composition and drop in a picture that you wish to use. I'm going to be using this one of me, and I'm going to be turning sort of the main body into the painting, and I'm going to completely ignore the background altogether. So to do this, we want to add a hue and saturation, which is put that in here and drop that on there. And I'm going to turn the master saturation completely to -100. I also want to add a curves to this, and what this can do is help me bring out the different tones. So I want a majority of this to be completely bloomed out and very white, so you see it on my face, very bloomed out. But then you've got the details in the hair and the t-shirt, that's going to be quite dark, and this will help for later on. I'm just going to add a new layer, and I'm going to make it white, which it already is. I'm going to drop that below the picture, and I can select them and press Command Shift C or Control if you're on a PC. I'm going to just rename this me. Now I've done that, I'll quickly just add the background that I'm going to be using in later on. Let's just turn that off for a second. Rotate this and scale it up. There we go. And that'll be our background. We won't really see that much though. So now I've got these, I also need to paint it. And I've got this little kit called Paint It Black. This was free, stock footage of paintbrush strokes actually. There's plenty online. I'll leave some links in the description below if I find any good ones for you. Check them out. And I'm going to be using this watery texture, this swooshes, and also I'll be using the gritty bars from this pack as well. Now what I'm going to be doing is using the gritty and the swooshes as basically an outline, as if someone's painted an outline of me, and then the watery texture will make up the main body of what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to cut these out because I only need one from each. I'd recommend using as many different strokes as you can and different patterns because it'll look super interesting and definitely add to the effect of the painting. But for this tutorial I'll just be using 3. Now I'm going to quickly set up the animation. I'm going to use a linear wipe and I'll just pop it on this top one. So I've just soloed out this here so I can show you exactly what I'm doing. I've added the linear wipe, and at the moment it plays through like this. So I'm just going to quickly rotate the wipe angle. So now if I turn it to 100, as I take it to 0, it will wipe on from left to right. I'm just going to select midway through the timeline and then go 5 frames, and I'm just going to turn to 0, and that's set up this for me. Now I'm also going to add a feather of about 80, and what this hopefully gives us sort of a little look that it's some form of paint brush been painted. I'm going to add these to the gritty and the swooshes that I've got here as well. Better remember, if you copy and paste an effect, then the keyframes are going to go wherever your little line is, so let's just move that over. Not really a thing that you have to remember to do, but for now it will just keep everything tidy. So let's go back to our picture. What I'm going to do is go through with each of the textures and paint me. I'm just going to quickly lock these 2 layers so we don't knock them. There we go. I can move these, but what I'll do is I'll copy and paste each of these onto the picture one by one, or even press Command D or Control if you're on a PC, and I'll just drag and drop these on and sort of rescale them, rotate them slightly each time, and sort of draw around the edges. And for your benefit, what I'll do is just speed this up completely. So as you can see, right now I'm just working my way through this, adding the sort of basic outline, changing the scale every now and then. I'll go back through and do these here. There we go, just making it really random, really sort of as if it's, remember this is meant to be a painting, so if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. Paintings aren't always. I'll just go through and touch up the outline with this straight line. Again, rotating it and scaling it to however I need it and wherever it fits. Just like, there we go. So now I've got my outline. What I'm going to do is use this texture to sort of fill in the bits I need. So my face, my body, shoulder there, and this is like the most important bit to get right. So make sure you're rotating it enough and rescaling it. It doesn't really matter if you go over the edge of your outline either, because it'll look quite sort of random then. And I'm really changing it quite a bit. Like I said before, if you can get different textures and different sort of splatters, it'll be really cool looking. But this is definitely the quickest way to do it. Now that's done, what I'll do is I'll just give it a quick playthrough. So you might remember we added the linear wipe to it earlier, which is here. And what that'll do is when you play it through, everything's painted on. Now we want this to look more random, like it's been painted all over the place. And to do that, I'm just literally going to go through the layers and just slide them left and right, so it gives us sort of really mixed up sort of timings. So we did that really fast as well. And when we play this through later on, it'll just be all over the place and it'll look more natural. I'm going to quickly select everything by clicking on the first layer and the last layer, holding Shift and Command Shift C to make a pre-composition. I'll call it Paint. I'm going to quickly open that up because I forgot to delete these three here. So we no longer need these, so goodbye to them. 1, 2 and 3. And now we have this. So I'm just going to unlock these and I'm going to switch the paint and the me layers round so the paint is underneath the picture now. Quite important, because the next step we're going to go into this track matte. If you don't have this, it's this little button down here. I'll expand it and we're going to click that one there and we're going to go Luma Matte, and it's the inverted one, the very bottom one you want. As you can see, this has given me a nice painting of me. I'm going to add a curves to me and I'm going to just darken it slightly. You could lighten it, it depends what look you're after. I personally like it like this, so that's what I'll do. So this is the effect pretty much done. In the final version I added some extra ink splatters, which was just simply some more stock footage of ink just scaled up really quickly. So with that done, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comment below as always, and make sure you stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks.